Hello everyone, this is Stevenson here, and welcome back to another video. I guess today, we're going to be, for once now, continuing through the Doki Literature Club. Base game, obviously. So let's go on and jump on into this and load this. Okay, and you can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Alright. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Yeah, this is around where we left off. Alright. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and continue through this. And yeah, I'm just gonna read every dialogue I can, you know. Now obviously we kind of chose Yuri's route. We're gonna go ahead and stick with Yuri for the part of, I believe it is called the first act, in Doki Doki Literature Club. So let's go ahead and just do this. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Oh, sorry. Quite the shy one. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's a book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. I'm just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. I mean, maybe. I mean, at least me in real life, there's been some books that I've read and stopped reading at a point in time here and there. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, I guess I don't know. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out from nowhere. Yes. Overshadow, perhaps. I don't know. Or whatever the hell that saying's called. Haha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Steve? Or... No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and recluse on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Basically, I guess philosophy, if anything. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants it to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, I didn't. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Oh. Guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, if in other words it's like being passionate about something and explaining to someone. I mean, to be honest, my cousin kind of does the same with certain games, like Destiny 2 for one, and then like other things too, like a little bit of Pokemon and other things, such as drawing his own art. So in other words, it's like Yuri really needs her interest like that. So please stop me if I start talking too much. That's I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to you, Reese. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. See? Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I'll open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particular bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Yuri, in some way, from what I could tell, craves attention, since she probably doesn't really make friends with a lot of people, if not anyone at all. Judging by her personality. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page to. Oh boy, CG as it would be. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes met. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flow over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. And also sorry about that noise. But, hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see it into your head or anything. They're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms, I see. You remain silent for a moment. That's evil. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying, Melissa? Okay, everyone. Jumps in and interrupts the moment. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Your exhale is spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read it a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it cooks up a bit, you know? It's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Right, stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now if I could, speak, I never can. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I did the same myself. Alright. Wowee. Oh boy. This is gonna be something. Alright, well, who should I show my poem to first? Oh, I don't know. But first, I guess I might as well. Very sure you want to overwrite your save? Yeah, I don't know. Just do that the same. Why not Monica? I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Alright. Hi, Steve. Having a good time so far. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I want to share your poem with you. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Steve boy. All a little embarrassed today, yeah. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my own. Great job, Steve boy. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? That Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, and like how the MC's poem is just 20 words put together. Call it a poem. Oh shit. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nonsense. I don't know what that is. Probably have to Google that, who knows, maybe you guys can. Anyways, continue on. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha. Anyway, do you want to read a poem now? A weird aha in there, but anyways. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? I know his neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I'm real blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Look outside poem area to continue. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Yeah, it's more like, what the hell is this poem, and what is it trying to say? Gosh, sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback, but trust me, I know what's going on. Ahaha, it's okay. I should probably stop reading those ahas, because I don't sound good reading. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines when performed out loud. It can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Give me a second. I don't know, my throat's kind of feeling dry. Should have drank water before doing this. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. I wonder what that epiphany could be. Any clue, anyone? It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh boy, alright, well, let's go ahead and do Yuri next, since we were doing Yuri's route, technically. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? For use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down one through. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different kind of skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice. Learning by example, trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Wow, it's pretty good. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Not really. I mean, cursive's kind of weird, but I could kind of understand if I looked at it carefully. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems, not at all. I'm really glad that you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Steve. Really. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past, our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more soul, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Hers was impressive too, so, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know? I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Steve. Me too. Alright. Sayori, alright, let's go. This is a good poem, Steve. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I am the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his... or am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break the promise. See? Just like I said before, Steve. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thinking. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Okay. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? I'm really bad at this. You'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me get out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Did you just a little bit? You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you, really. Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But she is the best. And I guess so are you, Sayori, enough, albeit you may be annoying sometimes, but not a bad character. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. We should show my poem to Nancy and Natsuki. Might as well just run through this, get it over with. Steve boy, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good. But yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I can shut mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. What a quick poem. Simple. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your messages any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. Well, the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring up the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Alright, so I don't know. That took a while though. And yeah, right now we're probably like 25, 26 minutes in. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and probably leave that there and stuff. I don't know. Okay, I don't know why I did that twice, but anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and all that. Go ahead and, I guess, give this video a like or dislike, whatever you feel like this video deserves, especially this being unedited and uncut and stuff like that, simply just going through it. I don't think I will necessarily have to do that for a game like this, but anyways, yeah, I guess that was all. I guess see you guys in the next video, whenever that will come, which will most likely be of Genshin Impact, but anyways, yeah, and that's for Spyro the Dragon. I will finish that at some point. But anyways, yeah, that was all on us. Guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Take care. Anyways, yeah. Alrighty, see you guys later.